What's going on, everybody? So today we're going to be cleaning the transmission and the block for the Vitara build. This is the short gear transmission. We'll be using some aluminum Rust-Oleum paint to paint it to make it look good once it's done. To degrease it, we're going to try some easy off oven cleaner. Works pretty good on engines to degrease, so transmission should have no issues. The other option is the CRC Pro Strength degreaser. If you didn't see in my previous video, I talked about doing this when we pulled this from the salvage yard. So I'm going to go ahead and spray some of this on there and we'll see how it cleans it up. We'll get to it. It's using the 0 degree tip on the Sunjoe pressure washer I got from Walmart for like $69. It was on sale. I'm just gonna go ahead and try pressure washing it. Now over here, I did end up spraying some of the same cleaner I used on the transmission. So we're gonna see if it degreases just these two little spots here. Alright, so over here in this spot was where we had the cleaner, so we're gonna just pressure wash that spot. Definitely say it worked, because this spot right here, that is all where I had the cleaner, and it's definitely cleaner there, so I recommend it to get up spots from your driveway as well. All right, so there's the transmission. It's really clean now. And now that it's dry, we're gonna just go ahead and tape off parts that I don't want paint on. Now we could just take the bolts off, but if we do that, then we've got to reseal up some areas. So like if I take all these bolts here out, then we'll have to reseal it, and I don't want to have to do all that. So we're just going to tape up and take off everything that we don't want in the way. Like this will come off super easy. Don't have to seal anything up. Speed sensor and brackets, super easy. But there are certain things I just want to tape off, like these bolts, because they're gold and I think it'll look cool. Well, they're like a factory gold color. But yeah. All right, here we go. Just using Rust-Oleum's 2X metallic aluminum spray paint. This stuff works really good and it handles heat well, so I don't have to worry about priming and doing all that fancy stuff. This stuff just lays on and it's good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and do it. All right, so now I have the Rust-Oleum metallic. This is just silver metallic. works really good, and that's what I actually prefer them to look like. I just use that aluminum as like a base coat. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint this. All the silver is laid down, so we'll wait probably a good 20 minutes before trying to handle it, but after that it should be good to go. And I'll probably take it inside so it's not in the elements or anything like that, but we'll go ahead and take all of the tape off and we'll see what it looks like. So yeah, right, so there it is, it's all done. It looks really good, I love it. So yeah, basically just put everything back together and took all the tape off. Really simple process, and the results speak for themselves. Really good. So now we just have the engine block inside and out to do. So we'll get the engine out here. We'll take off the oil pump, the rear main seal, the oil pan, take the crankshaft out, spray it down with the degreaser, pressure wash it, and do the same treatment we did to this. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. All right, using the same foaming degreaser from CRC, I'm gonna spray all this inside and out, let it do its job. Alright, so I got all of it soaked inside and out. We're just going to let it degrease and then pressure wash it just like we did the transmission. That was cool. All right, so there it is after pressure washing it off. Looks absolutely incredible. Now, if I really wanted to, I could get in there with a toothbrush and scrub these little spots, but I'm really not worried about those details right now. Looks really good, so we're gonna let it dry. Then put on the first coat of the aluminum paint and then go over it with the silver flake like we did the transmission. Also, I cleaned the crankshaft. As you can see, looks so much better. So one of the things definitely I recommend is after all this is done to spray the cylinder walls with WD-40 and the crankshaft as well, so that way it doesn't start to rust. And put it in a cool, dry place. Make sure it's fully dry if you have to get some air and blow out all the cracks. But we're going to let this air dry and get ready with the paint. If you're wondering why I haven't covered the cylinders, it's because I still have to hone these anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, here we go with the metal flake silver. All right, so that's about it for the painting. Now we can go through here with acetone, get all that residue off. If you already had your cylinder walls done and your block guard installed and all that stuff and you just want to paint it, make sure to tape all this area off. But since this isn't fully assembled yet, we can still go ahead and keep those open, but I still have to hone these cylinders. So since we washed it, make sure to not have these rust. You got to put some WD-40 or something like that in there. Even just regular old motor oil should help keep them from rusting. Now I'm just going to go ahead and use the acetone. I'm going to clean this VIN plate here off, since it is the matching VIN plate to my car, and clean all these areas out. So, well, there you have it. Transmission and the engine are done and painted. No, the forged rods, none of that's in. I just set the crank back in and sprayed with WD-40 on anything that could rust. That helps keep it from rusting. So I did paint the oil pump, but everything on the bottom end's back on there. It's not torqued down or tightened or anything like that. We're just gonna put the oil pan back on, flip it over, and then take this back in the house. But we will be notching the block next, so definitely stay tuned for that. Then installing the forged rods and pistons and going through the entire process. After that's done, then we'll be putting this with that transmission, 8-pound flywheel, and stage 4 6-puck clutch, and installing it into that, and hopefully we can turn the boost up more. But that's basically it for this video. Definitely stay tuned, guys. We have more content coming. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing, like the video, drop a comment below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, God bless, stay safe, and stay awesome.